started. So sit in a nice, comfortable position, something upright if that's comfortable for you. If you can have one foot in front of the other, great. If not, that's okay. But begin to rest your hands comfortably on your thighs. Draw your shoulders back a little bit. Don't force them, just put them back into their natural spot. Close your eyes. Feel the lightness in your eyes. Feel the lightness in your forehead. Feel the lightness in your face. Since this is an evening practice to get you ready for a good night's sleep, keep your breath slow, keep it steady, keep it effortless, and keep your face, your eyes, your jaw smooth and relaxed throughout the entire practice. Take a deep breath in through your nose and notice the cool air. And then as you exhale out through the nose, feel that warm air leaving. Let's just stay here. We're going to take a few minutes to find a nice steady breath to relax the mind, relax the body. Inhale, cool air. Exhale, warm air. Don't be in a hurry to get to the next part of that breath. It'll wait for you. Savor the exhales, especially in a winding down class. Remind yourself often, smooth out the forehead, smooth out the eyelids, relax the eyes, soften the jaw. You're going to imagine your heart can expand and swell as you inhale. So take a big inhale and feel your heart expand in all directions into every little tiny pocket. And then as you exhale, feel your lungs sort of wrap and hug around your heart. You're going to mimic this motion in your chest. You're going to inhale and let the lungs open up like butterfly wings. Exhale, just hug it in. Inhale, cool air. Open up, expand, create space. Exhale, hug it in. Let's move that same action into our ribs. When you're ready, inhale, open up, and spread out through the ribs, side to side, front to back. Exhale, just hug it in. We're not doing an extremely forceful hug. We're doing a nice, gentle hugging in movement. Let's take a couple more of these. Inhale, open up. Exhale, close it off. And then let's do some belly breathing. So the next time you inhale, imagine the air pushing down towards the bottom of the pelvis. It's a nice, cool air entering the body. There's some expansion, some space being created. Looking for tiny pockets of tightness. Exhale, just draw it up. About rib area, hug in slightly. Around heart area, hug in slightly, okay? Continue to keep it as effortless as you can. To practice this breath, let's take 6 more. Inhale. There's space, there's length. Exhale, there's this gentle hugging in. No hurry, no race, nowhere to be, nowhere to go except right here on your mat, following your breath as it enters your body, following out like you're hanging on to the end of a kite tail, just going with the flow. A few more breaths. You can open the eyes or you can keep them closed. We're going to float the arms above our head, interlace the fingers above our head, and then just push up. Some people's elbows straighten, some don't. That's okay. Just draw those elbows back a little bit. Take a deep breath in. Remind yourself often, keep your forehead relaxed, keep your eyes relaxed, keep your jaw relaxed. And we're going to bring our hands behind our head, pull those shoulders back down into their sockets, right? You're not pushing them down, just let them go back down. Draw those elbows back. Close your eyes. You're going to feel this in your upper back. You're going to feel this in the shoulders. You may feel it in the arms. Just soften those bottom ribs because they like to pop out. Then go ahead and release the hands down. You're going to bring one hand to the floor. Other hand is going to reach into a side stretch. I want you to turn the face and look down towards the floor. See about bending the elbow, whether it touches the ground or not, that doesn't matter. Now press through your opposite hip. Both elbows are bent. And feel that big side stretch from the hip to the ribs, from the ribs to the armpit. Take a couple breaths right here, feeling the expansion as you inhale. The exhale, that gentle hugging in. Moving slowly, draw yourself upright, other side. Bend that elbow. Place the elbow on the ground if you'd like. If not, that's okay. Reach overhead. Notice my top elbow is not straight. I'm going to turn, tuck the chin slightly to the chest, look down. Press through your opposite hip. Find that sweet spot. Close your eyes and breathe in and out with me a couple more times. I'll remind you often, effortless breath. We are soothing our nervous system with this nice slow breathing. Draw yourself up. We're going to do a twist. Twist either direction. Spine is tall. Front hand could be a little leverage. Twist can be energizing. So watch that. They can also be done improperly. Turn and look behind you. Spend a couple breaths here. Reverse when you're ready. Sit up nice and tall again. Find that twist in the upper back. You will feel this in the upper back muscles if done properly. Collarbone spread from end to end. Look behind you. Breathe with me here. And release. We're going to do a little stretch behind the back. Just interlace your fingers behind your back. You're going to push the shoulder blades forward slightly. Push your hips down. Lean forward. And then pull those arms back behind you. When you find your sweet spot, you stay. Close your eyes and you breathe. Bend those elbows. Release the hands. Interlace in front. Round your spine. Push the bottom of the palms towards my direction. Chin to chest. Create space down your entire spine from neck to tailbone. And release. Let's come into hands and knees. Tabletop position. Spread those fingers like starfish. Put most of the weight on your knuckles for a second and feel that, how it takes the pressure off the wrists. And I actually like my wrists slightly in front of the shoulders, knees a little bit wider than the hips. We're going to do some cat and cows. Tabletop is our neutral position. Inhale, drop the belly to the floor. Pull your hips back, tailbone up. Exhale. Curl the spine. Now as you move through these first few are going to feel a little stiff, a little sticky, like you're working through something. But as you add in your breath, your inhale belly down, your exhale pulling up, you'll feel more comfortable in these moves. The tailbone is moving. The sacrum is tilting, the pelvis is tilting. The entire spine, low back, mid back, upper back, including the neck, is all moving in these 3 simple moves. Let's do 2 more. Exaggerate these last 2 if that's what you can do. If your body's not ready for that yet, that's okay. Exhale, you got 1 more set. Maybe a little more rounding on the exhale. Maybe a little more dipping. on the inhale. When you're done, find your way back into tabletop. Keep those knees right where they are. Begin to stretch those arms out. Hips are going to pull back. I'm going to try really hard to keep them above the hips. Forehead rests on the mat. Stay here. Bend your elbows and relax your forehead into the floor. Relax your hands. Breathe into that space wherever you feel that. It might be in the belly, in the chest, it might be in the shoulders. You're going to take a couple more breaths in puppy dog pose right here. And then begin to slide those hands back. We're going to get ready for our downward dog. Hands and feet move a little bit away from each other. Keep the knees about hip distance. Begin to push up to your downward dog. But if you can do this with me, keep your knees bent and focus on pulling the hips back. Press into knuckles a little bit more than you are probably. Press into your finger pads. Your spine is nice and long here. And then you're going to bend one knee but straighten through your other. And linger for a second. And then switch. And then linger for a second. And then I want you to go back and forth between these two moves. Nice and smooth, as if you're moving with intention and mindfulness. Keep going, feeling that go down to the back of the leg. And we're going to walk our hands back to our feet, a smoother transition for most people. And do dangle pose, or ragdoll as you might know it, meaning I don't feel a stretch in my legs really. The knees are so bent that I just have my heart dropping towards the floor. And you're hanging onto your elbows, and you can just rock a little bit from side to side, from forward to back. You can even draw some figure eights with your elbows. Stay here. Keep rolling and moving. Don't forget to breathe and keep your face soft and relaxed. I'll take one more breath in. Breathe it out. Hands are going to go down to the floor. You're going to walk yourself back into downward dog. Keep those fingers spread. Distribute the weight on the hands. Sink into downward dog right here. Bend your knees so they're about 4-6 inches away from the floor. Turn your toes and knees in one direction. Stay with your hips high if that's better for you, or sink the heels and the hips closer together. So you'll sink your hips to your heels. And then try the other side. Just start to swivel. Toes and knees face same direction. Sink the hips if you like. And then take another downward facing dog right here. Breathe in through your nose. Breathe out through your mouth. Just try it like you're sighing. One more of those. Breathe in through your nose. Sigh it out. Let it go. Bend your knees, look forward, walk your feet close to your hands. Once you get to a place you want to stop, lift your spine parallel to the floor. Whether the knees are bent or straight, it doesn't matter. I'm looking for a flat back right here. Relatively flat back, considering our spine. Exhale, forward bend. We're going to come up and down about 6 times. I want you to close your eyes. Don't look at me. Feel your spine lift halfway up. Maybe press into your shins for a little traction. Exhale, let your body roll down. Now visualize your spine not being a ruler, but a tape measure. So as you begin to bend it, it just folds. So it's going to straighten when we want it to straighten. It's going to fold when we want it to fold. Do a couple more. Exhale, release. Feel that wave. rising. Feel that wave lowering. Let's do one more. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, hold. Let your hands rest on the mat. Grab your calves. Grab your elbows. It doesn't matter. Try really hard to keep the knees slightly bent, if not a lot bent, okay? Then we're going to bend the knees. Lift the toes. Try to spread your toes out. Take a deep breath in here with me. As you exhale, use the strength of your deep core to lift up. I have a wall there, so I'm going to bring my elbows up first. Inhale at the top. Exhale, hands to heart center right here. Good. We're going to step our left foot back and open up into warrior two. So to start off with, toes face forward, right toe turns out. Drop into that front knee. Avoid this position right here, right? We don't want to tilt. Torso is aligned with this pelvis. Warrior two. We're going to lift the front toes, straighten the front leg, reach through the side ribs, palms face each other. Exhale, rotate through the shoulders, sink into those inner thighs. Inhale, lift up. Exhale. Now, you can close your eyes, or you can just gently stare at something. We're going to do these a few more times. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fold. Let's do two more. Rise. Press. Last one. We're going to hold our warrior two. Classic pose. Turn the face. Reach through the hands without engaging too much. Find that perfect balance between effort and effortlessness right in the middle. Then both hands are going to come down behind your back. Turn your toes. Draw the elbows into a bent position so you can push the chest forward. And find a little stretch right here. Right? Then you're going to bend your elbows. Lift your kneecaps up. Engage the leg muscles to the bone. Bending your knees if you have to. Begin to fold. Keep those hands resting on your back. Fold. If this is not great for your shoulder, release your hands to the floor. Otherwise, begin to slowly straighten those elbows, pushing those hands away. This is a bit much. I have very flexible shoulders. Any variation of this that's not causing pinching and pain is okay. Keep those legs active so you don't overstretch. I keep trying to lift my kneecaps. I keep my knees trying to slightly bend. Then both hands release to the floor. We're going to do a twist. Keep your left hand on the floor underneath the face. Open up with some intention, with some mindfulness. Right there. Hold. Looking up, sideways or down. Take a couple breaths. Release. Switch sides. Take your time opening up. Do it with mindfulness. Do it with some intention. Pause and breathe. Good. Both hands come to the floor. We're going to walk over towards one leg. Doesn't matter which one. And if you want to grab the foot, great. If you want to grab the leg, fine. If you just want to keep your hands on the floor, that's fine. But just pull your torso a little closer to that leg. Give it a little attention. And then walk slowly over to the other side. Again, grabbing where you need to grab. Just pushing gently towards that leg. Good. We're going to do some side lunges. So turn your knees out a little bit. Take your time getting here. For some people it's a little more difficult, but just sink into this side lunge right here. Don't worry about whether the heel touches the floor or not right now. If you're in the pose and you're just happy to be there, great. If you can try to get upright, you can. You can make this a balance pose if you want. We're going to hold 6 breaths, so this could be your pose. Or contact here and you can do a twist. You choose. I'm going to combine the two and do 3 as a balance pose, 3 as a twist. Relax your eyes, if not, close them. Don't forget, we're still doing that slow steady, effortless breath. 3 more breaths, whichever pose you choose to stay in. Good. Take your time coming out. Let's switch sides. Move out of that slowly if that was tight. Drop into the side lunge. Watch the knees, watch the ankles, right? Figure out where you want to stay. I'm going to take a few breaths in this balance pose right here. I'm going to put my outer thumbs into my sternum for some immune support. And I'm going to apply some pressure to the sternum. And then I'm going to open to a twist. Stay in that balance pose if you'd like. A few breaths. Again, softening the eyes by closing them or softly gazing at something. And then release. We're going to walk back to center. Turn your toes forward. Keep your heels right where they are. Keep your bottom right where they are. And begin to walk your hands out. Now visualize you being able to slide your mat up against the wall, and the backs of your heels, the backs of your calves, the backs of your legs, and your sitting bones are all pressing into an invisible wall behind you. And if you have carpet, pull with the carpet and just stretch out the back right here. If it's too much into your hamstrings, just bend your knees. It's okay. You're going to get a really great stretch in that knee position too. You're going to take 3 more breaths right here. Breathing in and breathing out. And then let's walk our hands back. Bend your knees. Find that roll up. We've got to do warrior 2 on the other side. Open up into warrior 2. Good. We're going to do some flying warriors. So when you're ready, rise up. This time, bring your hands to heart center, pressing out. Mindful, intentional movement. Exhale. Keep going. Let's do one more. And hold. Settle into your pose. Feel that calm face, that smooth breath coming back to you. Good, and then release your hands, turn both toes. We're going to wheel forward into a lunge, and then one more downward facing dog. Slide back into down dog. Press to the heels. Press into finger pads and knuckles. Drop to your knees. You're going to pick a child's pose of your choice. That might be knees wide or knees together. But go ahead and sit back on your heels if that's available. Some people keep their hips up. The most important thing is that your elbows are slightly bent, your hands are relaxed, and your forehead is resting on the floor. Hold right here. Take your pose. Stay and breathe. One more breath. Imagine a pillow being placed on your back. Lift that pillow up slightly with your breath as you inhale.